everybody. Anthony Gonzalez here. Just wanted to comment quickly on the events from this past weekend and also steps that we've been taking as an office and things that I'm committed to going forward to prevent future horrific acts of domestic terror, which we saw this weekend. Look, we have a deep problem in this country. These attacks have been happening in what feels like ever increasing pace for the last several years and decades, really. It feels like at least once a week or once a month, another deranged person grabs a gun and goes in and tries to commit mass terror on our own people. And I think as a society and as a Congress, we have to be honest with ourselves about what's happening here and what's causing these different issues. We obviously have an issue with white supremacy in this country. And we've had it for a while, and it seems like it's getting worse. And we need to denounce that as a society wherever it is. And I know everybody agrees on that. And so, we as a country need to be clear on calling that out and not in any way, shape, or form supporting it or laughing it off or anything like that. And so, that's my commitment to you, and I know everybody would join me in that. I actually sent a letter to the Department of Justice in June asking them, Bill Barr, to investigate white supremacy specifically on our social media platforms, both the big ones, the Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, which is a social media platform, but they have this issue too, and some of those fringe sites where folks are posting these manifestos. There has to be a way to curb that in some form or fashion, and I think they should look at it. So that's number one. But two, I think what I heard from the president and from Governor DeWine in particular was it's time to put partisanship aside, to get all the options on the table and really evaluate this as a society. And again, let's be honest about what's causing it, and let's enact legislation that will put a stop to it or at least curb it. I don't know that you can ever fully stop these things, frankly. The way I think about these individuals is they're sick, demented people who are most similar to a suicide bomber. A suicide bomber doesn't care whether they live or die. They want to enact maximum carnage on people, and that's what these people are. And so, I think you need to be realistic about that and their mental state, but you also need to look at laws that will make sure that those sorts of people never have a weapon, never have access to a weapon if they are in that mental state. And so, obviously consistent with due process and all that, but I think those are reasonable steps. And beyond that, again, I think it's a matter of let's put this aside for a second. Let's have an honest discussion about what the overriding causes are, and let's try to fix it. Because here's the saddest part of this. And we all know this. If we don't do anything, if we do absolutely nothing, we don't change the law, we don't try, we don't do that, this is going to happen again, and it's going to keep happening over and over and over again. For me, it really hit home when I was at my high school. I was at Ignatius doing something with the athletic department, and they had right there in the athletic department their active shooter guidelines and how they're going to deal with that, and the drills that they do and things like that. And I know that's happening all across schools all over the country and all over the state. We shouldn't have that. We don't need to have that. We shouldn't be in a situation where we basically resigned ourselves to the fact that these things are going to continue happening. We need to have the will and the intelligence to work on this and to actually enact legislation. And so as your member, that's what I'm committed to do. I will listen to anybody. I will entertain any proposal with an eye towards, will this work? And I think that's what I was sent here to do. So with that, I want to thank you as always for allowing me to be a representative. Please pray for the families. I know hopes and prayers it's not enough, but it is something, and for me it's comforting as a Christian. It does make a difference. And so please pray for our communities. Please keep the victims in your prayers. And the first responders who are incredibly brave. And again, just thank you for allowing me to be a representative let's do this and let's do